If Antarctica turns green, it is surprising to all of us. But in last video we discussed about this phenomenon which is actually happening on the surface of Antarctica. But this is not happening for the first time in the history of Antarctica. So in this video we will try to know about when was Antarctica green and which type of creatures used to live here. The first greenery of Antarctica came about almost 145 to 165 million years back, and at that time we can't survive on this planet because temperature of water was average 30 degrees Celsius and the surface is more than that, and the reason was volcanic eruption. At that time Earth was too hot. That means everywhere there is just explosion of volcano and the temperature was quite high. Forest was covered with fire and the soil turns black. The arrival of greenery was impossible after listening this. But greenery came there and everything turns green, and no one can believe that this was possible at the time. But not just greenery, but there comes life also. And when researchers try to find the evidence of this incident, they meet Ankylosaurus fossil on James Ross Island. It may seem like lizards, but its height is twice as tall as elephant. Its body is covered with a natural armor, but it is not just defensive. It is also aggressive too. It has one spear-like object that is also made up of bone in the end of its tail. This was our first dinosaur, but second was Hadrosaurus. He was more than 7 meters tall, and people believe that its weight was almost 8 tons, and it also have face like duck. He used to walk with only 2 legs and 2 were its claws, and he have a long bone type structure on its head, and its most powerful ability to release combustible gas from its nose. And he can ignite it also. But don't worry, he was herbivorous and he uses his flame only on its enemy. We discussed about the animals who used to live above Antarctica, but there are more animals who used to live inside water of Antarctica. One of them was Mosasaurus. Well, this creature was recently discovered, but scientists believe that it have a very huge bite force, and also it have a very good ability to swim, as well as it used to eat turtles and Plesiosaurus. Even he used to eat creatures of its own kind. That means his family member is also not secure of himself. Too much terrifying. Well, this was the end of dinosaurs. But again, Antarctica turns white. Now it's time for Antarctica to get green again. Almost 56 million years back, and all ice melted on Antarctica, and it seems like spring is back on this barren island, as now Antarctica is covered with forest. That means some creature used to live here also. This time they were not dinosaur, but they were the ancestors of some creature like marsupials and anteaters. But they find one more animal that is quite amazing because it is mixture of camel as well as horse. Scientists also find bones of some creature like plagonids, which are very rare to see over this area. Obviously, after knowing these much information about Antarctica, Antarctica is quite amazing and interesting place now. Well, the structure of plagonids also describe their features, like they can dive into the oceans to just hunt down some fishes. But now Antarctica is also turning back into barren land, and guys, in future we will see how Antarctica looks in green because Antarctica is turning green.